I finally figured out why the price of Bitcoin Cash has been going up, and I will share that with you. But before I get to that, I just want to clear up a couple things. The first thing is, I have seen in many articles the idea, I've seen it written out, that Bitcoin Cash is faster than Bitcoin. Nobody else gives a source for where they're getting this information. My source is bitinfocharts.com. I believe it's accurate. And if you look at block times, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, they're about the same. About 10 minutes. They're slow. If I had to pick one, you look at the graph, Bitcoin Cash is very volatile. So I'd say that it's actually slower than Bitcoin. I don't know where people are coming up with that it's faster. If you have some information on how you could describe it as faster than Bitcoin, let me know. I don't know where this comes from. I think it comes from the idea that people thought it would be faster because the block size is bigger. And there are days when it's faster than Bitcoin. I don't know. But it's not faster, okay? So then the next thought is, well, maybe it's that they think it's going to be able to scale. They're going to scale it, and it's going to be faster. But, let's look at a real scaling plan, right? Ethereum. They just had a hard fork, and the speed, now their transactions are 15 seconds for confirmation. Pretty good. To do payments, for people to start using this every day, you probably need confirmations in, I would say, 10 seconds or less. So Ethereum's getting close. But what's their scaling plan? Well, they're working on sharding. They've got sidechain plasma. They've got the Raiden network. They're moving to proof of stake. They've already done. They've got, it's like several large projects that they work on for years and test and implement in order to do scaling. That's how a big team of geniuses scales a blockchain. The Bitcoin Cash scaling roadmap seems to be, well, we have big block size. And that's it. I mean, maybe they'll do something else, but I don't think you can compare it in any way to Ethereum. Or look at Stellar Networks, which already confirms payment in 4 seconds. And IBM has adopted this as their core payment settlement system for international payments. So if you want fast, use a coin that's actually fast, okay? And so this brings back to the original point is, so why is Bitcoin Cash going up? And I think I figured it out, okay? So for a lot of people who were the early adopters, and I don't mean to say these people are stupid in any way. Roger Ver, smart guy, read a lot of books. He bought Bitcoin early. He's wealthy, smart guy. But he, and I think a lot of other people, are so in the Bitcoin tunnel that when they look at the technology, what they do is they compare themselves to Bitcoin. And so a good analogy would be, imagine there's a race, thousands of people. The gun goes off, and you've got some people up front flying, running, right? 4-minute mile. And in the back of the pack, there's 2 very overweight kids in last, battling for last place, right? And let's imagine the race ends, and the person who came in second to last starts marching. I'm faster than you are, pointing at the kid who was last. And goes around town. I beat so-and-so who came in last. Really? I'm not sure that's something really to brag about. So Bitcoin has a lot of reasons to be considered great, right? The first, and it's got the brand, and it's a store of value, you can trust, blah, blah, blah. Great. But you don't say it's great because it has the best technology or the fastest. It is the slowest and arguably sort of the worst technology, right? So a lot of people in the Bitcoin world, though, you say, we got good technology because look how much better we are than Bitcoin, right? It's like saying, look how fast I am because I beat the person who came in last. That's not how you judge it. And so I think because Bitcoin has been the best for so long, that people are in that tunnel, and that's their test. And so I think what's happening now with people moving to Bitcoin Cash, they're not, Roger Ver, I mean, he knows a lot of things. He knows Ethereum exists and everything. And I doubt he knows I doubt he's really looked into what's going on with Stellar Lumens. If he did, he'd probably be putting some money there. But he's so in the Bitcoin tunnel that he's just like, oh, Bitcoin one of the reasons Bitcoin's technology sucks is that the block size is too small. So we're going to make it really big. Look at how much better we are. And I see this, like I looked at his Twitter, and it's like every post is like, block size, block size. That's not okay, bigger block size, it's maxing out in Bitcoin, I get it, but that's not a scaling plan. That's not, and look at what's happened. Now you have Bitcoin Cash, has big block size, and it doesn't friggin' matter. It's still slow as sheet. So anyways, I think there's a lot of Bitcoin people who can't see themselves leaving Bitcoin. So they're trying to create a new Bitcoin by using a Bitcoin fork, and they're also always thinking they're doing great because they compare their technology to Bitcoin rather than to the actual technology leaders like Ethereum or Stellar Lumens. And so that's it. I think that's what happened. Is a lot of these Bitcoin people who are frustrated with the fact that the Bitcoin technology sucks, and I don't think Bitcoin itself will ever be fast enough to be daily transactions, but it may survive because it is Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is not Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin Cash. And it too will probably always be sort of slow and shitty, but it won't have the Bitcoin brand. I don't think there's any way they're going to steal that. I don't think there's any way they're going to get every exchange to convert over. And Roger Ver, I'm sure, will continue to be very wealthy. But I think this trade he just made, in 5 years, he'll look back and go, oops, should have bought Lumens and Ethereum. Thank you.